all, welcome to another video. This video is going to be so interesting because the topic is so interesting. Okay, before going into the topic, let me ask you one question. Suppose if you have a bad habit, say scrolling on the internet, which we usually have. So if you want to replace it with a good habit, say reading a nice novel for a long period of time consistently. So is it possible to remain consistent and change your habit immediately? Can you change any habit immediately? No, it's not possible at all. You need consistency, right? That is why it is said hard work plus consistency is equals to success, right? So you need to have consistency. So same goes with the topic which I am going to discuss with you, which is inertia. Okay, what inertia says? Inertia, it is the tendency of the body to resist the change. To resist the change because it cannot change its state so immediately. As I have mentioned with an example, right? Change is not very easy. It is of course uncomfortable, but with consistency or with some kind of force which is being consistent, it is possible. So inertia is the tendency of the object to remain at rest if it is at rest, and to remain in uniform motion if it is already in uniform motion. So maintaining the state is nothing but inertia. You know what? The concept of inertia was first introduced by Galileo Galilei, who was a famous scientist, and later it was briefly introduced by Newton. And you know Newton gave the laws of motion. And the first law of motion is also known as law of inertia because it talks about inertia. So what Newton said in his first law is the inability of an object to resist the change. That means the object which is at rest remains at rest, and the object which is in uniform motion maintains its uniform motion unless and until it is compelled by an external force. Because if there is an external force and which is being so consistent, of course it can change its state of rest and state of motion. So this is the first law of motion, nothing but inertia. Okay, there are different types of inertia. Let's talk about different types of inertia. So first is the inertia of rest, and second one is the inertia of motion, and third is the inertia of direction. Let's discuss about inertia of rest. Okay, I will discuss it with an example, and that example is so common you will easily understand it. And when this was taught in school days, it was very interesting to know about physics concepts, right? So suppose the bus is at rest, okay, and the bus starts moving, okay. So from rest it starts its motion, and the passenger who is sitting inside the bus, what they feel? Have you ever noticed? You will also be experiencing something, some kind of jerk or some kind of motion, and that is you will be moved backward when the bus suddenly starts. Why you will be moved backward? Because your body is at rest, because the bus was at rest. But when the bus starts moving, the lower part of your body comes into motion, but the upper part of your body is still at rest. So you imagine there is unbalance. The upper body is at rest and the lower body comes in motion. So if there is an unbalance, of course you will be moved, and you will be moved backward when the bus suddenly starts moving from rest to motion. So this is inertia of rest. That means the tendency of the body to remain at rest and resist the change. Resist the change means resist the motion. So the body remains at rest. It will of course wanting to be at rest due to inertia of rest. So this was inertia of rest. Let's discuss about inertia of motion. Again, I will go with the same example. Suppose a bus which is moving and you are sitting inside the bus, okay. If it suddenly stops, what happens? You falls forward, right? Why this happens? because your whole body, which is sitting inside the bus, is in motion with the bus. And you know, of course, the inertia of motion, what it says. The tendency of the body to maintain its motion and resist the change is called inertia of motion. So of course your body will resist the change and it will remain in motion. But when it suddenly stops, the lower part of the body comes in at rest, but your upper part of the body is still in motion. So the upper part is in motion and the lower part is comes at rest. So of course there is unbalance, right? Unbalance of the state. So you will be moved forward when the bus suddenly stops. So this is due to inertia of motion. Let's discuss inertia of direction. What happens? Okay. What happens when the bus suddenly takes a turn? Suppose if it is moving in a straight line and it suddenly takes a turn, it moves to the right. Of course, your body will be moved to the left direction, that is opposite to the right direction, that is opposite to the direction in which the bus is taking its turn. So again, this is due to the inertia of direction, that is your body will resist the change, your body will resist the direction in which the bus is taking its turn. So this is inertia of direction, that is to remain in the direction in which it is already. Let's discuss how inertia is measured. Okay, again I will give one example to make it more easy. Okay, suppose you are given two things. Okay, one is stone or let's say rock and another one is football. Okay, both are at rest. Okay, which thing will be kicked so easily? Is it a rock or a football? Of course, football will be kicked more easily and you can change the state of football from rest to motion more easily. And of course, for kicking a rock, you need to be having some kind of strength, and that is impossible, of course, right? Because we are not made up of iron or steel, any kind of metal, right? So it is not possible. But you can kick the football. Can you give me the reason? Can you give me the difference between a rock and a football? Yes, there is a difference between both these things. Both have different masses, right? Football have really less mass because there is no material, there is only the outer covering, right? So the amount of material is less, so the mass is less. So mass of the football is less and the mass of the stone is really high. And which one is changing its state so easily? Of course, football is changing so easily. So because it is having less mass, so that means it is having less inertia, and the rock which is having the higher mass is having high inertia. That means high tendency to resist the change, and it is having really low tendency to resist the change. Because it is having low tendency to resist the change, so it changes easily, right? That is why you are very easily you can kick a football because it have very low inertia. So more the inertia, that means it is having more mass. So inertia is directly proportional to the mass. Okay, let's go into the question. Okay, and I want the answer in the comment section. Please do answer this question. Now you can easily answer that why the athlete, after completing the running race, he continues to remain in motion. That means after crossing that ending point or the winning point, he continues to be in motion. Can you give me the reason that why he runs for a while? Yes, you know the reason. Let me know. Bye.